we have the option set up the interface. This is basically like very important configuration. So what happened, like whatever information that is basically like routing from the backend SAP system to Ariba, or from Ariba to backend SAP system. So as you know very well, like Ariba is supporting the like that basically CXML, right? And in the backend SAP system side, it will be like happen through like that IDOC and proxy. So whatever the outbound will go like from the backend SAP system, it will go through like basically like IDOC, and whatever the inbound information that basically will arrive to the backend SAP system, it will arrive as like like out IDOC and the proxy itself. So basically the IDOC configuration is also required in this like CIG like setup, but basically we are not doing the IDOC configuration separately. So what we have to do, so this is the one configuration, like once you execute this configuration, like interface setup integration, so based on that, what system will do, system will automatically create the different IDOC like document type. So whatever the IDOC document type we require, like let's say ORDERS, or if you require like that invoice or whatever, so all this item like will be created automatically. So what basically we have to do, so while executing this transaction, we have to set up like all the inbound information, all the outbound information. Like we can see here in the first section, it is given like outbound message sent to the SAP Ariba Cloud Integration Gateway. So if you are going to like perform this ERP initiative invoice, order inquiry, payment remittance request, PO, scheduling agreement, we have to select any of this option here. Same way in the downside as well, we have this inbound message like invoice, order confirmation, pay me now. We have to select. So like that, the different options are available here. So we have to basically like select the any of this option. So whatever the information you will select here. So based on that, system will automatically create the document type. And the document type basically you will able to see in the WE20. So once you will execute this transaction, let's say for example, I would like to have like an inbound message sent, like for this, let's assume that where is receipt, let's say for ASN, advance IP notice. So if once I will select this one, this indicator, and if we execute this transaction, system will automatically create that like that inbound IDOC like document type for this like ASN part. So this is a very important configuration, like even we have to perform. So we have to collect some information about this like proxy port number, and then we have to execute this information. So this is the one transaction is something little bit important. Apart from that, one more transaction is there. Even though we have.
I
Mhm,
have one question in this transaction.
mhm.
So why we will execute this transaction manually means uh, if we are
That,
performing ASM suppose in Ariba network, right?
mhm.
So the document should come automatically to the backend system, right?
But how system will know you are going to transmit ASN or not? We have to
Yeah, but
create some linkage, na?
every time we create ASN in Ariba network, do we need to execute this one or how does it
No, no,
work?
no, no. This is the one time. This is the right question. This is the one time activity. We have to set up the interface at initial level. This is the part of configuration, not the part of transactions.
Mhm. Suppose like we have direct PO means from backend
Mhm,
system to Ariba PO that will
mhm,
flow. So how
mhm.
that configuration will done because some order type has to be mentioned right for this
Mhm.
in the message. So how that can be done?
Same thing I'm saying. So whatever the inbound or outbound you want to transmit or you want to receive, so we have to basically select the particular inbound and outbound here. So we have the multiple options here. So if you want to go for purchase order, if you want to go for document status or invoice status, receipt status, or whatever. So this is a kind of like interface setup. So based on this, only the system will understand you are going to like okay. Let me tell you in different way. So sometimes what happen like we are creating the purchase request and purchase order receipt in the Ariba side, right? And your
Mhm.
customer they are willing to perform the invoice in the backend SAP system side. That means invoice transaction they are not going to like transmit from the Ariba to backend. Instead of that, they want to transmit the invoice information from backend to Ariba system,
Correct.
right? So whatever the transaction is applicable in your case, we have to basically select here. So then only the system will understand, like let's say I'm selecting requisition here. So now system will understand like, okay, you are going to transmit the requisition like from the backend from Ariba to backend SAP system. So this is a kind of interface setup. We are just creating the linkage between this Ariba to our backend SAP system, like as the like mode of the transmission. That's it.
Okay, suppose like
Mhm.
we are creating POs in Ariba also and POs in backend also.
Mhm.
At that time, what we need to select then?
In that case, I think we have to select here purchase order status. So if you come here, so this is the very important document status update.
Mhm.
And apart from that, I pick not here, purchase order only. So only we have to select purchase order. But yes, in this case, like since you are going to do bi-directional, like you can create the PO in the backend SAP system, in the Ariba system as well, both. So we have to do some other setup as well. But here we have only select that like document status and the purchase order. That's it.
Okay, okay. So since you told that you have been working on the SEC also, I also worked
Hmm.
on this SSC
Hmm.
earlier. So
In which
what happens
functionality?
like subcontracting and all this replenishment or all these things. Okay. So I have
Subcontract
one.
replenish is the part of subcontracting. What functionality you enable in SEC?
What functionality that component
Which
consumption
processes? That is a part of this, like that subcontracting. Which processes you work earlier?
processes in the sense I won't able to. I don't know what
I'm
what.
asking like if you see SEC, since you already work in the SEC, so if
Hmm,
you see like if you talk of P2P, so if you see
yeah,
in the P2P the solutions we have different processes, right? Like we can see
yeah.
PR, PO, GR. So in the SEC also we have different multiple solutions, multiple functionality. I'm just asking which process you enabled.
Not enabled, I would say. I just worked on the testing part, so I have been only testing this subcontracting and this replenishment order and return PO. All this functionality is an order confirmation. This I have been testing for this supply
Mhm.
chain. Okay.
Okay, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. So my question is,
Mhm.
when we create the POs in backend, it will go to the
Mhm.
Ariba network, right?
Correct.
But for that one, that PO has to move from backend to Ariba. We maintain
Mhm.
some order type. In if we go in message type, we maintain some order type, right?
Mhm.
So for particular PO, if this or some document, suppose good receipt, that good receipt has to flow from backend to Ariba. Some
Mhm.
document type has to be maintained in the system. So where does
Mhm.
exactly we maintain it?
We are not maintaining document type manually. So that's what I'm saying. I said earlier, if you
Mhm.
just consider our statement. So I said, like, once you will execute this transaction, system will automatically create a different IDOC document type. So whatever the message type you are saying, like IDOC message type, like for PO, what is the order type, message type you require?
Yeah, we have some customized one, suppose in our system.
No, basically that will be the standard. You customize only this message output condition. Message type you customized. But if you see the IDOC message type, that will be standard basically. So for that we require orders, ORDERS, right? So what basically we have to do? So whenever we have to set up, like for the SEC part as well, so we have to come here, and in that case we have to select here same purchase order, okay, and also we have to come downside and we have to select document status as well. So whatever the like document we require, so once you will like set this option and you will execute, system will automatically create like that document order like sorry that IDOC message type in like in this WA20. So if you go to in WA20,